Hi, Daniel here. I am trying this equipment out for the first time. Let's see where it takes me. Right now, I'm currently trying to rig up a few different ways to carry the camera so I can take it with me on my adventure. Let's try that again. Hello, Daniel here. This is my first time playing with this equipment, and I'm just testing it out. Let's see what we got here. I'm currently working on ways to rig it up so that I can attach it to me and take it on my adventure here. Yeah, I don't like the stuff that comes with, so I'm gonna make my own, just like I usually do.
I had began my adventure with a simple goal in mind: hike the Rim Trail T105. Once I had started the trail, but I had gotten lost in the night. In a panic, I stumbled through the forest. I kept heading in the direction I knew the road had to be, and when I found it, I realized I had failed to take the trail. It became an immediate obsession. I started dreaming about it every night. I knew I had to return. I gathered a collection of camera gear and started my planning. And there it is. Woohoo! It may bounce a little, but I think it'll be pretty stable. Alright. Alright, here we go. It had started as a simple idea, and it started growing more complex. I started to learn the equipment a little better. There was a lot of failures in the beginning, a lot of tests where I accidentally hit the motion button or found out my volume was too low due to the weatherproof casing. I had a lot of unusable footage in the beginning because of darkness as well. I got better as I went though. I got better equipment. One thing I've discovered about the 400 capacity. I decided I was going to camp in the trees. I always felt like the trees would be the safest place. I grew up tree climbing.
I like it. pretty neat. I keep accidentally selecting slow motion though, so once I can get over that, I will put together some pretty good footage, I'm sure. I need to get to speaking louder. Well, today I am going to look at some of these trees out here. It was rainy last night.
Ignore the mess in the yard. I was going through some cleaning there. The trees are not the same trees that I'm going to be encountering on the rim trail. I wanted to practice in. The trees I'm going for are going to be a lot taller. I'm a little bit disappointed because I want to put the hammock really high into the trees, and trees on the property are just not tall enough. I decide to climb anyways, and I take the biggest juniper and I head to the highest stable branches I can do. Almost got enough gap in between that I could situate my hammock in there. But once again, this is not the tree that I'm going to be climbing, so practice is really irrelevant in this situation. I am lucky to be in such a nice spot. I live in the middle of the Lincoln National Forest. I have a bicycle. I take it to get around. It is not exactly the easiest thing to do where I live, but it's eco-friendly and it's very enjoyable. Certain places. Up in the mountains, half of the ride is really fun, and the other half is near impossible. Every day that I go to the trails, I have to take quite a journey just to get to them. I get worn out usually long before I ever get there. but when I start, you can see in the distance the mountain range. Hiding behind those trees over there is Jeffrey's Peak.
Hello. I'm just jamming. Cruising. This is what I've been riding around on. That's all I got with me. That's more than I like to carry, in all honesty. But, you know, the bike can get me a lot farther in a day than I can on foot. Sometimes I forget I'm talking to a camera and I just start thinking about other stuff. Right now I have no idea what my volume sounds like because I'm jamming some Cure. I'll probably just get to the first trail today and then coast on back home because it's going to be uphill most of the way. Other thing is, this like weatherproof case is a pain in the butt to get in and out of. All right, we're switching it back up.
The highway in between is all really nice. It's got a lot of curves, but it's smooth. A lot of hills, but a lot of drops. It does take me a lot of energy. The trails begin about 5 miles from Tiburon. When you're riding a bike, it feels a lot longer. If I were riding a mountain bike, it may be easier, but I'm on a beach cruiser. I try to film the deers in the distance every time I see them. It's 5.7 miles, but 164 feet are downhill. 600 feet are uphill. It's mostly an uphill journey. It requires a lot of stamina and a lot of patience and a lot of breaks. With the bicycle, you're prone to a few mechanical failures now and then. Tires going flat, panes falling off. It takes a little time to get it straight, but in the long run, you're still saving some time. Walking takes a lot longer. Taking a little maintenance break had given me a chance to catch my breath. I was still determined to get to the first trail, the Spiller Trail. I began to get a little tired. The slopes were just too difficult. painstakingly continued on my journey. I would see an occasional turkey or a deer in the distance, and was disappointed to find out later on that it was very hard to see in the footage. I had to take a few breaks and push the bike. My legs would get too sore. As soon as I got to a level ground, I would ride again. I could see the sun getting farther down, and I began to doubt. I wasn't sure if I should have been exploring that trail without researching it first, or at least bringing a friend. I thought about the rim trail and how I had failed to stick with it when I first tried. I had gotten lost. It was dark. I headed in the direction, in a panic, towards where I knew the road had to be. And after a long, difficult journey, I made it back. And I felt incomplete. I felt that I had unfinished business with the rim trail. It had motivated me to try it again, but maybe get a little bit of practice first. I had wondered if the trail I was heading toward was actually more difficult than the rim trail. I had no idea. I did not go into this with the maps in hand, studied. My knowledge of the trail included walking by or driving by the sign. I knew it was the closest one to the house, and I knew it was the one that I was going to take. The rim exit is actually right across the road, down just a little ways. I would be making this journey again, even if it were today. I knew it was inevitable. I knew the rim trail had to have been much longer than the Spiller Trail or any of these other trails down the same highway. I set it as a goal for them all. I decided this would be perfect practice or ride the rim trail again. I'm not really sure what thinking as I went last bit of distance. I was just set into action. I get like that sometimes. I do not plan to go as far as I do. When I get going, sometimes I can't stop. I get myself in over my head. I let my ambition take me too far. I am reminded that I'm just a regular person. I consider myself not an athlete by traditional standards. If anything, I'm an endurance athlete. I do not participate in sports. I do not think the adventures I take are actually considered extreme sports. I'm really just an explorer and a nature lover. I always have been.
I'm gonna show these elk over there. Here we go. Starting my journey. Shit. It looks like the trail goes up. You can't tell, but this is really steep. Well, it's the end of it for me. Fuck. Fuck it. I can't really tell where I'm at. I haven't seen one marker. I don't know how far the trail goes, or if I've reached the end and I'm supposed to turn back around. Smoke this. And we're gonna head back down the trail. Look at that bone. Cool. Something chewed it up. It's different when you're out in the woods and there's no one around, and all you can see is little bits of eyes in the distance every now and then. Wow. Now that's crazy, huh? Look where I walked across. Hope you guys get to see the moths flying around, because occasionally one will like fly right into my mouth. It's kind of hilarious.